Snapchat is for kids. Why should home builders be on it? Well, we're going to break it down. Welcome to Home Builder Happy Hour.
Hi, guys. Hey there. Hey, raise your hand if you uploaded a Snapchat in the last minute.
Not me.
Not me neither. But you know what? We're going to talk about Snapchat, and we are going to talk about the actual, maybe meaningful reasons that you as a home builder might want to use Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about maybe why you wouldn't want to. There's arguments for both sides. But what is Snapchat?
That's right. And what is Snapchat? Snapchat's an app. It's used to share photos, videos, texts, and drawings. The key features of the app is that photos shared disappear after 10 seconds once they're opened.
Yeah.
So if you remember all of the privacy issues with Facebook and the other social networks, Snapchat really honed in on that, because people had the belief and understanding that once you posted something on Snapchat and somebody opened it, that
It was
then
gone.
it was gone. You didn't have to worry about that ever coming back.
That's what makes it cool. You don't get to show your friends what somebody snapped you, unless they're right there. The stuff's not happening. So that's kind of what gives it its cool feature, and why those teens out there love it so much.
Yeah, don't want those parents being able to go back through that feed.
No, you don't. So anyway, that's what Snapchat is. It has a ton of features, the app. So we're going to go through, and we actually have several examples that we can walk you through. I'll kind of run through them real quick, and then Ryan can bring them up. But they have tons of fun filters. They've got augmented reality, personalized Bitmojis. They got stickers, drawing capabilities, direct messaging, and lots of more fun stuff. But let's kind of show you some examples of what these features are. What's the first one? What do we got?
I think it's, oh no, it's not.
I know. That's drawing on the app. So as you can see, that's like someone used their finger to draw those little things. So you can add fun little drawings. You can add text to your photos. What's next?
Here's the augmented reality, ability to change your surroundings a little bit with some cool images, and as you can see, you can have whales flying through the sky.
Right. So what's there is the building. What's not there is the whale.
Mm-hmm.
That's the augmented reality part.
Right.
Okay. What's next? Oh, so these are like the fun filters you can put on your face. That was a cute little one with a mustache. But you've seen those beautiful filters that make you they make your wrinkles go away and they make you look 20 years younger. I've seen people actually be on their Instagram has those filters too, and I'm on that more. But Snap is the same, where you just always have a filter because it just makes you look so dang good. Mm-hmm. It's problematic.
Yeah, that's the one that my kids love, and you may see other kids loving as well. They like to get on there so they can get the the dog nose and the dog ears.
Yeah, they're super cute, and then they save their little snaps, and then they post them on other social media networks. Anything else?
We got Bitmojis.
Oh yeah, so you can pull your Bitmoji in. So when you're having communications and direct messaging with your friends, you can be using your Bitmoji. So it's a nice integration with the app. Is that it? Do we have any other things? Okay, so those were our examples.
Yeah.
I like
a couple of the fun things that Snapchat got known for, and what brought them to their rise.
Absolutely. Next section. Why should you use it? We've got some stats for you.
Yeah, we got lots of stats on that. So Snapchat has 190 million daily active users.
Yeah,
that's a lot of users. That's a lot of users. It's the most used platform among those aged 12 to 24. So, it does tend to a younger audience than some of the other social media platforms.
Right. By the way, I want to point out while we're saying there, among the audience of 13 to 34, Snapchat says that they have saturated 90% of that total market. That's big. Now, I double checked that to make sure, because I was like, that can't be true. But that's what Snapchat says. So they say they have penetrated 90% of the market of 13 to 24-year-olds and 75% of the market of 13 to 34-year-olds. So 75% of 13 to 34-year-olds are using Snapchat, or they have a Snapchat account. That's pretty big. That's okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I double checked it. So they say it's true. We don't have to believe them, but they say that it's true.
Yeah.
What else?
So users 25 and older visit Snapchat approximately 12 times and spend approximately 20 minutes on Snapchat every day.
Yeah.
You know,
So that's a lot of time, actually.
Yeah.
Later on in one of our little videos, I talk about just kind of like comparisons for how much time is spent on social media networks per day, because there's big differences. It's like LinkedIn is like 17 minutes a month. That's not a lot. So there's like the strategy for LinkedIn has to be so much different.
Right.
But 20 minutes a day is decent.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
To be in front of somebody, to be able to get,
Yeah.
Your
Facebook and Instagram are up in like the 50 minute mark per day. YouTube for the users is like 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like it's huge.
a session.
So like think about that. So 20 minutes, that's solid, people. If you're like going for that market, it's a good reason to be hitting there on Snapchat. I wanted to go back though to the growth, because even though they have 190 million daily users, this particular statistic has been about the same over the last 6 quarters. They have not seen a lot of growth. They're actually like they're at 190 million now, but a year ago this quarter they were at 191 million. So they're on a little bit of a decline, and I was looking at a trend line for them, and it was showing that over the next 4 years they're actually seeing a trending down in users. So, something to watch. 190 million, it's big. 20 minutes a day, it's huge. 90% of a certain demographic.
It's big.
I have no words. So, anyway, what else do we got?
Snapchat's also reporting that more than 250 million minutes are played with their augmented reality experiences every day.
Yeah.
On average.
So the augmented reality, that's pretty huge. That's really jumped for them. That has been trending up. So I would say like those who are creating augmented reality have a little like nice little wedge in here as far as the experience goes, and getting people to engage with your brand or something fun. Yeah, the
ability to develop things that fit where people are using the social network is key to getting them to recognize your brand.
And 2.1 million snaps are uploaded every minute. Think about that. That's a lot of snaps.
It's a lot of snaps.
So definitely something to be having on the radar. So now we're going to talk a little bit about how companies are using Snapchat. So if you have a brick and mortar, right, you have a place where people can come to. This could be your sales office if you're a builder, but it could be your store. It could be, like if you're doing an event like a marathon or, something where people are actually going to a location, brick and mortar, you all know what that means. The geo-filter function is a lot of people are doing that. So I know we have plenty to talk about geo-filters, but that is if you've used Snapchat, then you take a picture and then you swipe through these filters. You either change, you can add your day and time, the weather, and then there's these filters that have looks or different graphics. And so you can put your brand on there. If you're the city of Orange, probably has a few filters. We're in Orange. So every time you snap, you'd be like, oh, you just put your city of Orange filter on. Those are free. So if you're in a city or a place like that, or like our master plan communities, we'll look at an example of that. That you can get your branding in. It's free to get on, and it's there forever. And they get tons of uses and views. So lots of engagement with the actual brand filter. But also for events. So the geo filters, that is definitely a big way that people are using Snapchat.
Yeah, it's almost like having your own photo booth in that area.
It is.
Without having to actually bring in a photo booth.
It's having your own super awesome selfie station just right here on your phone. Hey. Anyway. I would say as a business, that's how people are using them a lot, in addition to the advertising experiences that they offer, which are a few. They're growing that platform. There's not a ton of options for advertising on Snapchat, but they do have a few things that you can be doing to reach that market. Yeah.
Should we talk about how you can use it to market homes?
Yes, we absolutely should talk about that. So, Mr. Homebuilder, how can you use it to market your homes? Well, let's pull in our little graphic that we have loaded up for this section to give you an example. We actually have a few. Okay, so this is like a sponsored filter from Taco Bell, and you can create those. This is one advertising option that you can do. Taco face?
Taco face.
Who doesn't want a taco face?
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Mhm.
That's one thing you could do. How can we do that with a home? Like, I'm Mr. Homebuilder. What can I put on? Like a pretty mirror, the reflection of my house when I look in the mirror. I don't know. What kind of filter could we do?
Do a little hard hat or something, or you're
Ooh.
the for sale sign.
Okay, seriously, fun. Hard hat with like your brand on the head. Down. There you go. There's one amazing example. Okay,
branding.
You can go out of this example right now. So that's, I think that one's called a sponsored lens. And now we have another example. What's that one? Bring it up. Media 4. Okay, so these are called Discover ads. And this is an experience when...
I'm going to replay it.
Oh, we're going to replay it. So this is called a Discover ad. So if you've been in Snapchat, you can see that actually you can go to the whole Discover area. You just swipe over on your phone. You're like, oh, I don't want to take a snap of myself. I'm just going to see what other people are doing. That will show what your friends are snapping, so you can click on those. But there's also a lot of ads in there. So you might discover, a 4th of July ad or a mattress sale ad or whatever, and that would take you to an interactive ad or just a PDF or something to look at or something to click out to. So those are the Discover ads. That's kind of what that section looked like in that example.
Right.
It's one advertising option. And then the geo filters, bring up graphic 4. So this is one of our geo filters that is up for a community in Northern California called Mountain House. And the thing with the filters is you can't put your branding all over it. So you need to be creative. And in this case, we have a big kite festival in that master plan community. We don't put it on. The community's been putting it on for years. And it's just something that's super well known. And so as you take your picture and you scroll through, if you're in Mountain House, that filter is one of the options. And it's had like hundreds of thousands of uses. So people use it all the time because it's very Mountain Housey.
Yep.
So you have to think of it that way, like what can I create visually that, says my brand that people would use, and then all their friends are going to see that in their snaps.
Right. As with Snapchat and branding within Snapchat, you have to get creative. You have to get something that can be a signature for your community, for your home. That people will represent as part of that brand.
On the flip side of that, you can have a geo filter just for like a limited time. People do it for weddings all the time. You may have seen them. We have done them for events many, many times. It's very inexpensive to build out your fence and then to choose the amount of time you want it to go. It could be for 2 hours, or it could be for 2 days. And that filter will be up, and you're paying for the geographic area plus the amount of time. And I'm sure if there's any competition, that would change the price. But you can do it for a wedding for $50. So the biggest cost really is whoever's designing it for you, depending on how deep you're going on that. And I think you can do multiple options too during the event. So you can have a couple of filter options, and you have more branding allowance. So you can put your logo on it, and you can probably put the date of your event and things like that on the actual geo filter. So that's something you can do when you're paying for the geo filter for a limited time. But the ones that are up all the time, there's no hard branding on that.
Right.
So those to me, those are the biggest opportunities as a home builder is in the geo filter area. I don't think right now that spending a bunch of money on ads that's reaching a demographic that does go into the millennial generation. We know they're buying homes. But I think the opportunity to reach them is much stronger on other social networks. But the geo filters I would definitely be looking at.
Right. It definitely creates something little, something fun for those users in your area.
Yeah, and it spreads out to a larger generation of people based on who people's friends are on Snapchat.
Sounds awesome.
Okay. Do we have anything else to say? Let me just look really quick. Oh, you know what? The last thing I was going to say as far as how you might use it as an account versus advertising. Let's say I just want to, have my home's Snapchat account. This you might use kind of like Instagram stories because you're most likely using those. Behind the scenes, hey, we're here on site. Look at this home's almost built. Check out what we're doing. It has to be super fun, super informal. And I think kind of like the behind the scenes fun aspect of what you do based on who's using Snapchat and why versus here's a beautiful model tour of our homes. I mean, that might work a little bit, but probably not as well as like, hey, get to know me behind the scenes. Check this out. Hammer, hammer, hammer. I mean,
right. You got to know your audience.
You got to know your audience
for that.
So I would say we need to really lighten up on Snapchat, but you could totally have an account and be, Joe Builder showing you everything behind the scenes. And then showing off your beautiful model when it's done in a different way. Like you should definitely be there talking about it.
Yeah.
On your Snapchat.
Yeah. So you should let us know if you're using Snapchat in a different way. If you have tips, that you want to hear about, or if you have questions about how to use Snapchat, make sure to mention it in the comments. Let us know, what you're doing. So
we're
we can
always
talk about
learning
that too.
over here. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
And if you do comment, we will talk about it. So,
Yeah. All right. See you next time.
Bye. Thanks for joining. Hey guys, it's Kelly here.
And Ryan.
Hey, I really want you to do me a huge favor and please subscribe to our channel. I'm sure there's like a subscribe button around here. I want you to push it and then you're subscribed. And then the second thing for you to do is to ring the little bell. It's like a bell. Ring it. You click it and it shakes. And that means you're going to get notifications every time we have a new video. And then I have one more job for you, and that is to grab this, your cell phone, and I want you to send us a text and just get on our text list. Text HBHH to the number 797979, and we'll send you a sweet little text with a link to our newest videos. Thanks.